Hello and welcome into today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I'm the lead beat writer for Arizona State Sun Devils on SI. And I'm so grateful to be joining you all today. First day of fall practices for the Arizona State Sun Devils ahead of the 2025 season opener against Northern Arizona, which is exactly 30 days from today. And the anticipation is building. Boots were on the ground today. I was at practice, able to see the entirety of it. Wrapped up about 2 hours ago, and I had the fortune of talking to Coach Kenny Dillingham, to quarterback Sam Levitt, and offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo after practice. Also, got to see position groups work together, got to see the 7-on-7 once we went inside, and there is so much to talk about today. Um, and yeah, before we get started, please follow me on X/Twitter at KX_21. I will be posting a lot of this stuff to social media along with my story content, and so that's the most convenient way to find me. Please do so if you get the opportunity, and each and every one of your support from you means the world to me. So let's get started today. So, first off, I wanted to start by discussing the big announcement that Coach Kenny Dillingham made during his media availability post-practice. He stated that the football program is looking to raise around $15 million so they can build a permanent practice facility right next to the football stadium, Mountain America Stadium, where it'll double as a practice site and a tailgating site on game day, so there won't be as much fretting about not having enough space to tailgate outside and tailgating in the heat of the Arizona summer. So it sounds like they're looking to get everything finalized, including the financials and the planning, the zoning, all of that stuff in the next 5 months. And they're looking to break ground in the next 6 months. And the goal would be to complete it around 2 years from today, in time for the 2027 season to kick off. That's just a testament to the forward thinking of Kenny Dillingham, of athletic director Graham Rossini. They are always a step ahead of the competition. They will not leave a stone unturned. They are intuitive. They know what it takes to win in the modern landscape and what it takes to differentiate yourself in the modern landscape, I suppose. And that's just great news for fans of the Arizona State program. So let's get started with what I observed from practice. I wanted to shout out a few select players for what I saw from them in practice and how impressed I was with them. First off, I wanted to start out by shouting out Jesus Gomez, the incoming kicker that should be the starting player at the position. Obviously, came from Eastern Michigan. Arizona State fans already have experience with him as a freshman in 2022 with the Eastern Michigan program. He knocked in 3 field goals, and that ended up being the difference in the Eastern Michigan victory. It was 30-21, and that was the final game of the Herm Edwards era. So, depending on who you ask, he already is well liked in the Phoenix area and in Tempe, but I'm not exaggerating. He was knocking down 50-yard field goals at the end of his session when I was able to watch him. I believe he only missed 1 field goal the entire time, and he was kicking for about 15 minutes. His accuracy is on point for the most part. His leg strength is obviously more than there if he's knocking down 50-yarders. Arizona State fans should not have to fret about the kicking position, and if Kenny Dillingham's going to have to risk leaving points on the board because of an untrustworthy kicking situation like they had last season, and that just adds another dynamic to the strength of this Arizona State team and the potential for them to have a higher ceiling than last season. Second player I want to shout out, Jordan Tyson. As Kenny Dillingham said, though, I don't have to talk about Jordan Tyson every single day. You already know who he is. You already know what he does. But he made numerous highlight reel catches, both in the position group work that they did in the outdoor portion of practice and in the 7-on-7 that they did in the indoor portion of practice. One grab in particular was absolutely incredible. He made it on the sidelines, one of those toe tap catches, and he was actually able to stay on his feet and gain a few extra yards before the play got blown dead. He's just an incredible athlete. He's just all around. Really, the only thing that you can poke holes in his game for are that he doesn't always handle physicality the best, which when I mean not always, I mean he usually does, but it's not all the time, which that's the same for a lot of players. So that's not even really a point of contention to begin with, and also the routine catches. But he was making routine catches. He was making highlight reel catches today. He looks like he is poised for an even bigger season in 2025 than the 1,100-yard, 10-touchdown season he had a year ago. Props to Jordan Tyson, one of the best players in college football, and I was very impressed with him today. Another player that I was thoroughly impressed with was A.J. Ia, the freshman tight end out of California, 4-star recruit, already a Rob Gronkowski-esque build as a freshman in college. He made a couple of incredible red zone grabs on the 7v7 indoor portion of the practice. I don't even know how to describe that play. He made a tight window grab, diving into the end zone, airborne, dodged the pair of defenders. He's, like Kenny Dillingham said, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field even with Shimon Mateer in the fold. This guy is going to be a problem for opposing defenses in 2025, and there's little doubt in my mind that he's going to see the field this season, even as a freshman. The next player that really impressed me was Raleek Brown. Obviously, we all know last season he only played in one game due to a nagging hamstring injury that cost him a season. He decided to redshirt, I believe, and he's coming back as a former 4-star running back from USC that flashed as a freshman in 2022. Kind of lost his role in 2023, but he could be the X factor of the Arizona State offense in 2025. That's a very distinct possibility. He was explosive on the field, especially on the 7v7 portion, 7-on-7 portion of indoor practice. He was breaking through pretty tight running lanes. He was grabbing passes out of the backfield. He was grabbing passes downfield. He made a couple of runs where he broke free and the play just got blown dead because there wasn't anyone that was going to catch him, and you obviously need to conserve as much time in practice as possible, so those would have been touchdowns. And yeah, if he's the third running back out of that room, that's going to spell trouble for opposing defenses. Absolutely, there's no question in my mind. People are talking about losing Cam Skattebo, and Cam Skattebo is great, but when you have three guys that are equally explosive, equally talented, and all bring different things to the table, which makes your game planning much more flexible in general, there's so many avenues that you can go. There's so much that you can do with Sam Leavitt, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how Marcus Arroyo figures things out. And lastly, I wanted to shout out Jaron Hamilton. Everyone knows that I'm a big fan of Jaron Hamilton that has watched this show. And Marcus Arroyo was heaping praise on him during his press conference. I will write something about that to get out either today or tomorrow. And Hamilton could be an X factor along with Raleek Brown. That's just a testament of how talented this Arizona State roster is. This is a team that could be destined for greatness, to take an even bigger step forward in 2025. And I'm so grateful to cover the team. I'm so grateful for all of your support, and thank you so much for tuning in today. And I will come back tomorrow with another reaction video from day 2 of fall camp. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.